Hello, my beautiful darling loves. I hope everybody is safe, happy, healthy, and doing well. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Gina. This is a Cancerian only channel. Cross watchers are welcome. Please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Click that notification bell so you know when my readings post and when the winners are announced. I do a monthly giveaway. Hashtag general to win a 3-question reading. Hashtag love to win an in-depth love reading. And hashtag singles to win a singles reading. Okay, those are going to be announced on the first of the month on the community page. If you would like to book a reading with me, all that info is below. I did open 1, 2, and 3 question readings. Please be sure to read the description boxes so you know what the readings entail, and emergency readings are available where you get them within 2 to 4 hours. Okay, again, be sure to read those description boxes. If they're out of stock, you can hit up Lindsay from BluntAsF Tarot. Her email address is below. Okay, if you'd like to join the channel membership, the link is below. And what else? I think that's it. So guys, let me just tell you guys something. Okay, let me tell you, I was in the middle of catching up on personal readings. Okay, and I am going to be completely caught up by tonight. But I want to tell you guys something. Something happened to me today, and I really feel like it happened this morning, and I didn't do a reading about it. And then something else just happened while I was in the middle of catching up on personal readings, and I was like, you know what? I have to go on, and I have to give this message, okay? So I'm going to put a piece of my personal life out there for a second, because I feel like many of you may end up resonating with this, okay? I think during this planetary clusterfuck of shit that just happened, that we just went through with the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse, and all that other stuff, Mercury retrograde, I think that the people around us made some mistakes, okay? And I think that for us, for Cancers, it was an opportunity to see who we need to keep in our life and who we need to discard. And I think a lot of us switched our emotions off when it came down to certain people. And that's the scary part about Cancers. We have that ability to just click off. Okay, I don't know about other signs, I don't know about other signs, but we can go from just loving you to the point that we would lay our life down on the line in a heartbeat to you mean nothing to me. Okay, it's just once we cross that threshold, there's just no going back. And I don't know about you guys, but there is no, like, once we've loved somebody and let them go, there is no falling in love with them again. Do you understand? I'm not saying we'll never reconcile with somebody, but if we reconcile, it's because we're still in love with them. But once we've crossed that threshold of truly letting somebody go and clicking and switching off, we can't fall in love with the same person again. Okay. So let me just tell you what happened. So my ex came back around. Okay. And he's so adamant about wanting to see the inside of my new house. And a few times I told him, I said, listen, me and you had bad blood, and I don't want to show you the inside of my house. I just don't think it's a good idea. So, finally we got to that place where it's kind of like we had this like half-ass reconciliation. I'm not really in it. I'm not really into it, right? But I did end up sending him pictures of the inside of my house, right? And I did this last night. He is in prison, so he ended up not getting the videos or the pictures until first thing this morning. Okay, what happened this morning with the video that I posted? My microphone was so low you could barely hear me. And not only that, but I did like 6 readings. I did 6 YouTube readings this morning, and I did like 8 personal readings. Okay, so I had to do all that work all over again. All right. So I stayed calm about it. I said, you know what, Gina, you did this to yourself. You knew you shouldn't have sent the pictures, right? Lo and behold, I do all my readings over again. I try to stay calm. I end up passing out and taking a nap because I was just really exhausted from all that reading. I get back up. I start getting on the grind again with doing my personal readings. I ran outside to vape just to get some fresh air and cleanse my energy for a second. I come back inside, and I have, I have little Luna, right? And I have a little baby gate for Luna so she doesn't go into a certain room. And I went to step over it. When I tell you I busted my ass, I am not even playing. My shin, my left shin from knee to the top of my foot is completely like almost skinned, like down to the bone. Okay. And I tried to stay so calm. Like, I wanted to get mad, upset, cry, because that shit hurt like a motherfucker. I haven't shaved my legs in like 10 days because I can't find any of my razors. So I would show you guys a picture of it, but the hair situation is traumatic. But I'm telling you, like, and I was like, I should not have sent that picture to this person. And I feel like the message for you guys, Cancer, is that there's a lot of people that may have made the mistake of hurting you during this recent Mercury retrograde or this planetary alignment situation that we had happening, the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse. And some of you may have a lot of people that are sitting in regret. Okay. And I think your message is, do not let these people too close to you, because I think that you have switched off. And I think that there is some resentment there because they want you back. They want your love back. They want you to treat them the way you treated them before. And I don't see that happening. Do you see what I'm saying? You've just lost love. I don't feel like you want bad for anybody, Cancer. I don't feel like you're wishing bad on anybody. I think that right now you're just focused on yourself. You're celebrating life. You're doing your own thing. You're happy. You're just doing your own thing. And I think people can't stand it. Okay. Tell me about Cancer, please. We've got the Emperor. We have the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Cancer, I think that many of you have, with this Emperor and this Ace of Pentacles, you could be meeting a divine masculine. You could be meeting new love. You could be starting a new business, starting a new job. Maybe you just purchased a car, a house, a big purchase with the Ace of Pentacles. With the Seven of Swords here, I feel like somebody wants to sneak in and hurt you or take it from you. Someone here does not want you to have this new beginning. Someone here does not want you to have peace. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't want you moving on to something better. They don't want you moving on and being happy. Yeah, see, the Knight of Cups. They're coming in with this loving vibe of I'm sorry and this and that. But with the High Priestess and the Eight of Cups here, intuitively, these people can sense that you have checked out and left the building, and it's killing them, Cancer. It's killing them because you were a ride or die. You were a ride or die. You were loyal to a fault. You were a good friend. You were a good family member. You were a good romantic partner. You were solid. You were stable. You were like a rock. There could have been financial benefit to having you in their life. There was loyalty. There was a true ride or die energy here. Okay. And I think that this person is now having to face how bad they fucked up. With the Page of Swords here, Cancer, this is someone that is seeing you move on. You know, they're seeing you have some type of glow up here. Do you see what I'm saying? And with the Queen of Swords here and the World card, they're also noticing this change in you. You've changed. You're colder, you're edgier, you're less like, maybe you don't text this person. You don't care if they text you. There may have been a point in time, like for some of you, you could be reconciling with this person. Maybe you're not getting back together with them. Maybe you're just clearing the air. You had that conversation. Sure, we could be friends or whatever. But they're noticing that you've changed. There's a lot of regret and sorrow and despair on this person's part, because the Cancer that gave all 10 of their cups, the Cancer that went above and beyond, grinding for them and for this connection, is not there anymore. They hurt you, Cancer. They devastated you. They left you behind. They paused the connection on you. Do you see what I'm saying? They just dipped on you, and what can they expect? You've changed. You're more in control of your emotions now. I feel like when you met this person, Cancer, maybe like things were very spicy in the bedroom. You were a lot of fun. You were very attracted to them. You wanted to be around them all the time. You wanted to see them all the time. You wanted to talk to them all the time. This person, you were a blessing to this person, and they took their sweet ass time acknowledging that. Do you understand? You were all gung-ho about this person. You were all about them. Do you understand? understand what I'm saying? And they were all about everything else. They were putting you in they were putting an empress in competition. And yeah. And you know what they did? They fucked themselves right out of a blessing. That's the bottom line. Do you understand? And even though you accept their apology with the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles, this person just cannot expect for everything to go back to the way it was. You don't care about this person in that way. You don't care if they text you good morning. You don't care if they text you good night. You don't care if you don't speak to this person all day. Whereas before it was like your energy was all over them. Do you understand? This is the karma that they face, because you know what? You showed up for this person in Queen of Pentacles energy, and they should have shown up for you in King of Pentacles energy. They should have matched your energy when they had the chance. Do you understand? When you forgive this person, they're thinking, yes, this is it. Finally, you know, I can, you know, everything is going to be okay. But they're seeing how withdrawn you are. Do you understand? That this person's like, yes, I got Cancer back. But they're seeing how little you're giving, how busy you are, how you're ignoring them, breadcrumbing them, barely even giving them breadcrumbs. They thought that this reconciliation was going to be like, yes, you know, I got to fuck off, do whatever I wanted, and it's like nothing ever happened. No, something did happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Something did happen, and now they're like, wait a minute, this isn't Cancer. Cancer's not, you know, running around making me happy, obsessed with me, yelling at me, nagging at me, doing all the things, you know, chasing after me all day, working on things, telling me to clean behind my ears, or make sure I wash my ass in the shower, or making me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches without the crust, or asking me if I ate, if I'm hungry, did I, you know, am I feeling okay, taking my temperature, you know what I'm saying? You know, checking to see if I've got, you know, lice, or fucking, you know how Cancers are. We're all like mommy vibes, right? You know what I'm saying? Making sure I took my vitamins today. You know, Cancer's not doing any of these things. What the hell's going on? You know? Cancer, I feel like, you know, so just be careful, because there could be an energy of resentment from these people, okay? There could be an energy of resentment because you're not loving them the way you used to. You're not chasing them the way you used to. And, you know, depending on the person that you're dealing with, it could result in, you know, bad things happening to you, okay? It could result in them putting negative energy on you. So be sure to cleanse your space, cleanse your energy. Don't let this, yeah, see, the High Priestess here, okay? You know, intuitively, you have to understand that these people now, they're upset because they lost something big. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in our own lives, we forget to sense when there's evil afoot or fuckery afoot. These people are jealous, Cancer. They're jealous of what you're doing, what you're building. They're jealous of your success. They're jealous that you're okay without them, okay? Because with the King of Swords and the Four of Wands, Cancer, I feel like right now you're focused on your own stability, okay? The King of Swords talks about the man with the plan. Right now, you're not sitting in your heart chakra, okay? Right now, you're not sitting in your emotions. You're intelligent. You're, you know, planning, strategizing, setting goals. Some of you could be working on a home, purchasing a home, thinking about moving, thinking about your financial stability, focus on redecorating your house or making your home more comfortable, or maybe working from home. Maybe some of you guys are setting up an office space to start working from home, okay? Yeah, be careful what you tell these people. Be careful. You know, Strength card and the Six of Pentacles. If you've been giving little, Cancer, give even less. Give even less, okay? And protect yourself spiritually here, because you're moving forward towards this Nine of Pentacles energy. You're moving on with your life, and you're giving very little to people, and they're not used to that. They're not used to seeing what you look like when you're not in love. Everyone is under the assumption that we have big hearts for everybody, that we walk around like complete fucking idiots just giving and doing for everybody that we come across. No, we do for those that we love. We do for those that are in our circle. We do for those, you know, if we don't like people. Someone just made a noise outside my house. Let that be confirmation, excuse me. We're not fans of being around people. Okay, we're natural homebodies. Okay, so if we entertain you, it's a big deal. And Cancer, you know what else? I feel like I don't see you getting in a high level of commitment just yet, but in the Chariot, there's an Emperor here. So for those of you that enjoy being passenger princess, I'm seeing someone sitting behind a steering wheel and you being passenger princess here. You may not want to get into a full-blown relationship with this person, but you could be meeting your divine masculine here. And you might want to take it very slow with this new person, Cancer, okay? But there's something cute about the passenger princess thing with it, where this person always likes to drive. But I see you giving very little to people, and they're not used to it. They're not used to seeing what you look like when you're not in love. Do you understand? Now they're getting a taste of how you treat everybody else. And that could be making it worse, Cancer, because they could be seeing how special they were to you. Do you understand? They could actually be seeing how special they were to you now that they see how you actually act towards other people, you know? Tell me about Cancer and all 12 signs. After this, I'm going to get back to doing personal readings, guys. So if you're waiting on a reading, you'll have it tonight. But I felt like I had to put out this message, okay? Because in my situation, it was just I got backtracked in work and my leg got fucked up. For other people, it could be more serious, you know, a car accident, a nasty fall. So just be careful, okay? Because negative energy is not a joke. If you're dealing with an Aries, we've got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. Be careful, this person could be married. If we're dealing with a Taurus, this person feels like you hurt their feelings and they're holding back. If we're dealing with a Gemini, this is someone that wants to move quickly into commitment with you. If we're dealing with a Cancer, this person may have some type of addiction and they're trying to recover, like they're hungover or something like that, or this person could be checking themselves into rehab. If we're dealing with a Leo, I feel like you're too suspicious of this Leo and you're moving away from it. If we're dealing with a Virgo, I see a bad ending between you and a Virgo. If we're dealing with a Libra, this person's entertaining two options. If we're dealing with a Scorpio, I'm seeing either you guys are both agreeing to end the situation, or you guys are agreeing to reconcile with changed behavior. If we're dealing with a Sag, this person has met someone new. They're entertaining someone new. If we're dealing with a Capricorn, this is someone that's coming back to apologize and reconcile. If we're dealing with an Aquarius, this person is coming in with an apology. They don't know if you're going to accept it or not, but they're going to try. If we're dealing with a Pisces, this person wants to talk about future plans with you. Okay. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I love you all so very much, and I will see you guys soon. Okay. Take care, my loves.